This is how I went from one of the best high school track athletes.
DeCarlo Calderon.
DeCarlo Calderon.
Calderon. DeCarlo Calderon.
Carlo Calderon. Carlo Calderon. Calderon.
All right, Mossway here with DeCarlo Calderon.
To a D1 dropout with nothing. So my name is DeCarlo, and in this video I'll be talking about exactly what happened when it comes to being a top-ranked recruit and why did I drop out, right? My full backstory, my full story on just what happened during that whole process. Then I'm going to be going into, after I dropped out of college, everything I've learned, right? All the mistakes I made and all the advice I can give you to fast track yourself and just everything I can share with y'all, and hopefully y'all can apply to your own life. This section will probably be the most important section out of everything. Lastly, I'm going to end it off with a little cinematic gym session, but let's just get right into it. So my track career really took off my sophomore year when I was the #1 ranked sophomore in the country for the 300-meter hurdles. And then that following year, indoor season, I was the number 10th ranked 400-meter runner. I ran a 48.25, and things started going well for me, right? Coaches started seeing me. I started getting my name out there, started getting offers, interest from a lot of big schools, and I was a top 50 recruit for my class, both my junior year, or my sophomore year and my junior year. But things really were going well for me. And it wasn't until things got bad when COVID happened.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus,
coronavirus.
This is a rapidly emerging situation where there is not a cause for alarm.
The first U.S. case has been detected.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
My junior year outdoor season was canceled. My senior year indoor season was canceled. And pretty much making it where outdoor season you had to perform as a track athlete. If you graduated my year, I graduated 2021, you had to perform that year. So my senior year, what ends up happening is at one of the main meets, I end up tweaking my hamstring, right? But before I go into what I lost, let me tell you what I gained. So it was during these 2 weeks that literally changed my life forever. The doctor tells me that I have to do nothing for 2 weeks. And what ends up happening is that I go home, I can't move, and for some weird reason, I wanted to know how people made money, right? Like, how are people rich? So I literally went to YouTube, typed in, how do I get rich? And began to watch videos, began to watch podcasts. And I can tell you right now, this moment was the moment that changed my life forever. Yes, I still wanted to run track. Yes, I still wanted to pursue my career in the Olympics. Like, I was one of the best athletes, right? But when you lose everything and you lose the opportunity to basically fulfill your dream of you're the pinnacle, you're in the top ranked athletes as a high schooler, you're meant to do great things, you're meant to be at a huge D1 school, and somehow everything flips in a matter of seconds, right? Your career is different, your interest is different, and I was given the chance to run at a small D1 school, but it didn't feel right to me. It wasn't who I was meant to be. It wasn't where I was meant to be. And it ended up not even being track. It ended up being that my mindset began to change over time. Track as a sport in general, when it comes to being a career, genuinely sucks, right? It's not like the NBA and NFL where if you're a pro, you get signed for all this money. The truth is most pro track athletes are struggling financially, right? The average pro track athlete gets or makes around 70 to 75 grand, at least from what I've read, a year, right? You're the average pro athlete. You're a pro. You're the best of the best, and you're struggling financially. Like, I think that's absolutely insane to think that you're the top of the top and you can't even pay your bills. On top of that, it's not like a contract where you get hurt and you still get paid. You have to perform in order to make money, right? If you're a losing athlete and you're not winning, truth is you're not gonna make money. Obviously, yes, there are the 1% athletes who do make millions, but that's with any sport and any business anywhere pretty much. But track athletes are just underpaid and underserved, and the truth is that for a career, like, it's just, it wasn't a smart choice, and it wasn't something that I truly wanted to pursue. And after realizing how much you have to go through and how much you have to face, right? You're training day in and day out. You're eating healthy. You're paying coaches. You're top of the line training, and all that to not win and only make, if you're an average athlete, an average pro athlete, to make 75 grand, to me, that wasn't worth it. And it really just opened my eyes about what I wanted to do with my life and if track was the route I wanted to go. And during this time, a lot of these influencers and these mass influencers were talking about college, right? And is college worth it? College is good if you want to go into law, medical, a teacher, a nurse. If you need a degree, college is good for you, right? And as you're listening to all these influencers and these people who are talking about college, this is like that 2022 era, 2021, I don't know, 2022, 2023. And all these people are telling you how college is not worth it. And you really get to listen to these millionaires and billionaires of people who have money. And what do they well, they all tell you the same thing. They all tell you you have to have some sort of business. They all tell you, they all preach entrepreneurship. So basically I decided that I was just done. I was just done with track. I wanted to drop out of college and I just wanted to leave and just figure shit out on my own because I couldn't imagine staying in college, running track and feeling like I'm wasting my time and then getting a degree that served no purpose because a business degree doesn't teach you anything. Whether you want to believe that or not, it doesn't. And it was really during this time that I just decided to make the jump, the leap of faith, and I dropped out of college. This is just everything I wish I knew and the mistakes I made and just any advice I can give to you and you can apply to your life. This is it, right? One is when you're trying to do something and you chasing this big goal, you have to cut off a lot of your friends and you're gonna have to even cut off some family, right? I remember when I dropped out of college, my parents were telling me this is the biggest mistake you're ever gonna make, and it was really upsetting, not just for me, but for them, right? Like, you go from the pinnacle of being the best to now you're dropping out and doing what? You know, like doing nothing. And it's like that, and a lot of people see you as a failure, and I remember friends and people who would just talk about me, and me just hearing it, like people talking down on my name, and they didn't even know my true story of what I'm trying to do, right? Like I summarized everything as brief as I could in this video, but this is probably like one of the main parts is just you really have to just focus on your plan and your goal and be consistent, right? A lot of people are going to talk bad about you, they're going to talk shit about you, and they're not going to understand your vision, and that's just the truth. And even people closest to you won't understand, but you just have to really believe in yourself and try to just push through that and every day get better. Number two is one thing that really changed my life was when I found a mentor. And I know people say that, but a lot of y'all just want to go find the best person or pay for this expensive coaching. And really, there's people in your area or in your city that you can get around who can push you in the right direction, right? So whatever you want to do, whatever niche you want to go into, find someone who is the best in that area and try to get around them. But the way you get around them, don't think that you're just going to be able to walk into their door and get a free coaching or be like, you have to add some sort of value to their life, right? And one thing I started doing was I started creating content. I started creating content not only for myself, but I created for other people. I add value to their life, right? Recently, the guys I work for, I help them create content, and right now they're doing coaching, they're signing on clients, they're making money. I'm helping them put money in their pocket. You have to have some sort of skill where you're helping that person, right? Whoever you want to be around, you have to add value to their life in some sort of way. Don't just walk in there and expect that they owe you something. You know, you have to add something to their life. Three, and this is honest truth, I think mentally you have to build your mind, right? And the only way you do this, and one good example is David Goggins, he talks about this a lot, but you really have to push your mind to its limits, and the only way you do that is by physically working out. I think you have to be able to build your mind, and a lot of people after college, my voice cracked, a lot of people after college, they get fat and they lose sense of how they should look or how they should be. And I just think honestly, you really have to take care of your health, right? A lot of people get fat as fuck, and after college, they just gain a lot of weight. They don't care about their health anymore. And you have to build your mind. And the only way you build your mind is by working out. You have to be consistent in something. And the way it starts is by building your body, building your physique, really taking accountability for yourself, right? And these three things alone can drastically change your life. I mean, basically the last thing I would tell you is start posting social media content, right? Get on social media, focus on building your own personal brand, becoming good at it. If you watch a lot of guys like Alex Hormozy and these just massive influencers, they can literally generate millions, billions of dollars overnight through social media. And you have to just get on social media, learn how to record, learn how to edit, but tailor it towards you, right? Like me, I like the gym and I like fitness and I like eating healthy. I like motivation. I like that, and that's the content I film. But that doesn't have to be you, right? If you like makeup or you like walking your dog or it's extremely good at video games and you want to record that, there's niches and there's things for everyone and everything. And I promise there's an audience for you. But you have to monetize yourself, right? There's so many people nowadays are on their phones, and if you can just capture their attention, you get them as followers, you get them to like you get them to trust you, and you build your own personal brand over time, maybe not in 1 year, maybe not in 5 years, but over time, and you build a massive audience, you will be more successful in any business or anything you do, even your day-to-day job. There's people who record their 9 to 5, and they're probably making more money off recording themselves doing their 9 to 5 than they actually working their 9 to 5. So don't take content as some kind of joke. If you really focus on it and you develop this skill of how to film and how to record and what looks good and what people like, and you're funny or you're boring or you're an introvert, like it doesn't matter. Just find what you can record and what you're comfortable with and start. And as of right now, those are the 4 most important things that I can tell you that you need to do. And really just focus on your plan and your vision of what you want to accomplish and do that.